Hey,
Oh man.
he's very stoned.
Well, I'm drinking a lot of water, and this is about 50-50. So, hey,
Oh,
Mine was on accident.
mine was
I'm the
not.
only sober one here.
You're in charge.
No, you don't want that. No,
I am so glad rap.
that you were recording that.
Well, I I was recording the audio to that. Unfortunately the the video portion wasn't there, but
You could have it in black.
The audio was
then-
there.
You could have it just like a black screen and with the audio.
It's just how dead serious he said you're in charge.
Oh God.
Oh my
Yeah.
Lord. No, mine was on accident. I had medicated where it's
Yeah.
legal in my state. And I had forgotten I had medicated, so I medicated again.
Was it a in what form?
No. Thankfully it was vape. So it's the worst was when my mind was trying to cave in. No, that's the only way like I could explain like how everything just kind of felt like I was sinking in, and I had to keep moving because it felt so weird. But because it was that, instead of like taking too many edibles or anything right now, I'm kind of like back to just kind of being in the green haze. Yay.
Hey.
So I have no idea how much of that's going to make it into the
man.
pre-show, but some of it will definitely, because that was just hilarious. All right, guys, welcome to the Anime Versal Reviews podcast here on the Genreverse YouTube channel and Genreverse Podcast Network, available wherever you get your podcasts from. I'm Kyle, joined by my sober boss, Christine.
Hi. I'm the responsible adult here.
And the troublemaker over there wearing the PulpMythos shirt, which you should subscribe to that as well here on YouTube. Brian, what's up, bud?
Hey, man, just drinking this water.
God.
It's great to have a quote unquote job where you can partake in water and herbal herbal supplements, I guess. And it's legal where we're at. We're just having some fun with the language of it all. But we're here, ladies and gentlemen, to I really almost transitioned really well to being serious there. We are here to discuss Chainsaw Man episode 12, the season 1 finale. You guys can find Christine and I did a reaction here on the channel. You can find that if you've never watched our reactions. Give it a shot if you're not into reactions in general, because of how people overreact, play it up. I mean, hell, we if we don't record it, like if we mess up, we don't try to even redo that. What you see is what you get. We are not paid actors, so I'm not gonna act. But yeah, check those out. So you can see what Christine and I thought. Many of you probably already have at first. So Brian, just some spoiler-free thoughts here on this 12th episode of Chainsaw Man.
Masterpiece. I was smiling ear to ear. Everything I wanted it to be. We talked a lot last week about how it's one episode where what are they going to do? I was shocked at how much it was able to wrap things up that it did.
Yeah.
Setting up future stuff, but also making season 1 feel contained in a way. And that was the thing I was afraid they weren't going to be able to achieve, but they did. And I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Christine.
Same. And yeah, just yeah, actually no, you covered it. I can't add anything to that. So
yeah, absolutely amazing season finale. Well executed. We'll talk about the season in general after we get through the through the episode stuff, but great art, the fight scenes, the balance of high action with low action, if you know what I mean by low action, where it's very low key, very fast, and built more about the tension than the actual execution of movements. Yeah, man, it just totally sets up some really interesting things, and bravo once again to the sound design out there. So for season 1, or excuse me, for episode 12, just for episode 12, what are we grading this, Kyle? A plus. Christine?
A plus.
Brian?
A plus.
A plus.
We talked about a rating.
Yeah, if something ever deserved an A plus plus, this is your A
this
plus
is my
plus.
A plus plus.
Yeah.
Where does this rank, Brian, on your scale of like endings, like season or even series, for for comparison endings? Like, where is this for you in all of anime or beyond and other TV?
This is up there. Like I said, I went into this with somewhat low expectations. As much as I've been loving the show and everything, I just did not see how they were going to be able to properly wrap things up, but it did. And that final 5 minutes, I mean, chills. There were several parts of it where I was just literally just sitting there, slight spoilers, smoking on the deck, and just that was the amount of weight in the storytelling for that scene, which took the whole season to build to, and yet it's a simple, very simple scene. That's the kind of storytelling that I live for, that I love. So this is up there, man. And as I said, like you said, we'll talk about the season later, but no, this is going down. This is a top 10 show for me, anime show. Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. For me, it was so balanced. It didn't feel rushed even a little bit to me, and it didn't feel like it was just going too slow, trying to have the time filled up. I can't think of a better ending in anime, like for a season. Like, I'm trying to like go through the list. I'm like, no, that was pretty much it. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Unless you can come up with one that's like better, because I can't think of one.
I mean, I don't know. There's other series out there that have amazing endings that I think might be better than this, but I can't dedicate enough brain power.
Okay, because like right now,
to
I
process
can't
those all together. Because I start thinking of things like a Full Metal Alchemist. That's a big wrap up, and really for the style and effort that goes into that, it was great. When you start thinking of something shorter, like a Dynazenon, that had a phenomenal ending and delivered on so many unique levels of the tokusatsu, the style of like people wearing suits, from which they adapted that. When you look at like all the homage that they pay to that, and just everything wrapped into one, but this is up there with all of that,
Yeah, Gundam 00 season 1's ending was a fantastic season finale.
I'll take your word
Throwing
for
that
it.
out there.
Yeah. So that is a really hard thing to do, but let's get into the spoilers discussion. I'm sure everyone wants to hear what we think about specific scenes. So just kind of go in order, man. Aki showing down with Sawa, whatever. I can't even remember her. Doesn't matter. She did.
Blonde girl. Yeah, she did.
Showing down with her, man, and the whole ghost thing. And it does seem, I'm reading it as Himeno was able to kind of implant onto Ghost and stop Ghost from killing him, and offering that cigarette and letting him know, like, all of that, up to having no fear, being able to cut Ghost down, and then freaking Kobeni from nowhere, man, ready to do it. And then no, hold tight.
Mm.
I loved all of that. I think
Yeah.
the sound design was amazing. What do you think, Christine?
I agree. And actually, when we, like the scene right there was really good. Like, anything to add to that? I don't think they're. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, Brian.
You know, we're starting to really learn that these devil contracts in some cases are way more deeper than we thought. Like there's an actual bond between the person and the devil. And this was an example of that, you know, a very powerful moment, which sort of also picked up later toward, you know, I don't want to jump to the very final scene, but some of these devils and human connections are really deep. And that whole sequence was great. I've never smoked, not a smoker, not a fan of it. That's just my personal thing.
Here.
I don't know if this is a weird thing to say, but I want to smoke a cigarette watching this show. But
Yeah,
it's like that's not a, you know, it's not a great thing, but it's just like I don't know. They made it. It's funny because the whole idea of making cigarettes cool is bad, but
They
it's
were
like,
right.
They did a good job.
Television can influence you.
exactly. That whole
I'm like-
dare to be drug free just out the
I'm about to buy
window.
a pack of Newports in about the next couple of days. Like, it might happen. I don't know.
I quit smoking in 2009, and I'm so happy I did.
You
I
thought
needed
about
a
it watching
reason,
the show?
Christine. Well, no, I mean, I thought about all the times that a cigarette felt amazing. Yeah, absolutely. Like on a cold, crap, I keep forgetting to switch the damn, I'm going to leave the bass window on for the rest of the show,
Leave it to
guys.
me.
Sorry.
It'd be the
Sorry.
Brian show.
Yeah, it was the Brian show for a minute. That's okay, because earlier it was just the us show again. But like a cold morning cigarette, like in Germany, all your like blood vessels, I don't know what it is, but like all your blood vessels are constricted, and man, that shit hits hard, and you're like, that was great. And then like the man, I gotta go take a smoke break, like just to break
out of
up
work,
the monotony and stuff. So yeah, there are good memories attached to it, but God, the smell, the taste,
Yeah,
the after smell, the health issues. I mean,
It's the smell.
Yeah.
I hate the smell. That's just my, personal.
yeah.
I like
So
some cigars smell good though.
oh God, I would, if I trusted myself to not get addicted to the nicotine again and find myself weak without a cigar and being like, oh, a cigarette this once will be fine, I would love to partake in the occasional cigar,
No.
but I don't trust myself. So,
No,
Boss says
not
no.
allowed. That's right.
well, originally she was like, do you trust yourself? And I was like, no. And so it's,
yeah, because we've already had this conversation.
Yeah.
So obviously my answer is no, because it's like, no, you can't lose control.
Nope.
It's an expensive habit.
cigars
Yeah,
can
very
be
much.
very, very expensive.
Well, cigarettes as well, but yeah,
Oh, yeah.
cigars
Especially
too.
now.
But yeah,
Today,
They
this is
tax the
pricing
heck out
today.
of them.
Oh my
Jesus.
God.
I can't imagine being
Maybe.
a smoker today. Jeez.
Oh no, neither can I, man. Neither can I.
Yeah, so maybe not pick up that habit, Brian.
Yeah,
You
might
know,
not.
I'll just
might
stick
not
to
be
my
worth it.
water. It costs enough.
Oh gosh.
Drink really,
got my
really
own,
good water, by the way.
Overpriced addictive substance, right?
Yeah.
Soda, it's caffeine. Anyways, now that we're done,
We're talking about addictions and substances. Let's get into it.
let's get back into Chainsaw Man. So yeah, the whole Aki thing, I loved it. I loved the Kobeni moment, carrying on from there and getting into the operation, the rest of the operation. That elevator scene, man, is just so much.
Oh my
fun.
god, that was so funny.
So much fun.
Just staying in there like, no, I'm not, no. And she didn't even need him. Just, dominated that fight. It was awesome.
I just love her speech pattern in this.
Yeah.
Have at thee.
Power is the kind of character that I typically don't like, but I absolutely love her. I love this character. So the show is doing everything it needs to as far as how her character is portrayed.
And you wouldn't want to be her friend.
No.
And if you ever met someone like that, only like small doses, but yeah, we'll enjoy it here.
Yeah. I thought it was a great moment with her, but also another I love the sibling rivalry stuff with them. You know, all three of us have a opposite gendered sibling. You know, Brian's got a sister, I got a sister, she's got a sister, I mean a brother.
Ha
And so we all
That is
have,
weird. We
and
all
we're-
do have opposite siblings.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right?
I didn't think of that.
And all of our siblings are around the same age difference, although just different ages, give or take a year. Yeah,
That's a weird thing.
It
I've never thought of that. You're right. That's why we're friends.
Maybe. So there's moments in there with them that I'm like, oh, that was me and my sister. I mean, did you guys get the same like
No.
antagonistic stuff?
For us, it was very negative. We did not get along.
That doesn't look like they get along. I mean,
No,
they are,
they
but they
kind of
don't.
do. But yeah, it's they still enjoy each other's company. You can see it. You know, they're laughing and
Yeah.
So-
They enjoy each other's misery
Yeah.
too.
yeah. So I mean, it's not like super bad. Like for us, like
Yeah.
we would fight so much. So yeah, like no, I didn't get anything like that growing up, but I seen it before. So yeah.
Brian, you dig the
Yeah,
the sibling
because
stuff of it?
they feel like step siblings who initially were like, "Hey, maybe we can do something," but then realize, no, we're not into each other like that. We're bonded, you know. And as the story has gone on, yeah, they're just like really close friends, you know. And it's funny, like you said, the elevator scene was just genius, like just the whole way it played out. So yeah, I really enjoy their bond. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Getting into Denji, leaving her to deal with zombies and a worthy foe in the giant zombie. He goes up and meets a samurai sword dude is what Denji called him, but katana man as others are calling
Beautiful
him.
scene.
This whole thing in the you know hotel hallway or office hallway it's a pissing match, and you get down to this, like, you start wondering, like, is this the actual core of this dude's beef? Is it really you killed my pops? I don't care about what was going on, what, you know, devil deals he may have had or anything. You owe me an apology on principle. And you start thinking, like, man, if that's really all this is, and you made these deals with someone that's made deals with the gun devil and all that, you're a petty sorry sack of crap.
Yeah, this week.
Yeah, which made me very happy that one, Denji never did apologize, which was a demand, and then the ultimate punishment for him so far there at the end is so fitting. But I loved the whole thing from the moment he steps off and he's just holding his ripcord to the moment the actual fight starts. What'd you think about it before the fight, Brian?
So this is an example of a series being capable of taking juvenile dialogue and making it high art. Because everything Denji says is very juvenile, but it's genius, brilliant, and there's layers to it. And that whole sequence was part of it. Like I said, it's one of those weird things where you, like I said, there's a lot of juvenile things being said, but when you think about it on all the levels, and Aki sort of balances that with the more complex, you know, philosophical type stuff.
Big brother type.
Yes, but that was one of my favorite scenes of the whole episode because it was just like I said, sometimes you can just have dialogue and it's just, you know, just making love to the screen. It's just beautiful. You know, you're just sitting there just smiling because everything being said, you're like, yes, perfect. And that was one of those scenes.
Yeah. Kirsten, anything on that?
No.
Okay. After that, it's all about the fight. All about the fight for the next few minutes.
Yeah, I was actually kind of worried when they were fighting because it's like, man, it was like an intense fight last time y'all battled. How's this gonna play out? So, it played out wonderfully.
Well, what'd you think of it, and the, like, from the rooftops to the train to the ending?
Yeah, they had a lot of good locations for the fight. Everything like, shifting around. The ending was incredibly unexpected and very beautiful. Yeah, I was surprised.
Brian?
Did you just describe the bloody splitting of a body as beautiful?
Yes, she did.
Yes.
I think I said something similar in the
the
video. I don't know. I remember saying something was beautiful. I don't think it was that, but I think it was some other aspect of violence.
A lot of Dingy's dialogue was very much tied into video game lingo. We need to ban that move, and all that. So I was in love with that. I don't know if you've been on Twitter. Chainsaw Man has been trending top 20 Twitter all day, and one of the things people have been posting is the specifically the train portion with Spider-Man 2.
Yes,
and Doc Ock.
Yes.
So there's a lot mentioned
in our reaction.
Okay. There's a lot of side by side. People have already composed it together and everything. So. Yeah,
even coming through the roof and
everything.
And all, yeah.
So that's amazing as well. But yeah, it was a great sequence, surprising ending, and yes, it was beautiful.
Dude, like the whole, he tries to save that one lady, sacrificing an arm. The aspect of him baiting him, because we had never seen leg chainsaws before.
Yes,
and he baits him. And it worked, and it's like the training with Sensei has been paying off, making them think more.
Yeah.
And he baits this dude, and frickin' splits him in half. I was shocked, man. They work in that classic trope in sword fights across multiple mediums, from film to anime, and that flash beyond each other. You don't know who cut who. The fake out of, you think the one guy got cut, but the other guy gets cut worse, but you don't see it coming like that with a leg chainsaw. And my God, was it beautiful. The amount of gore, the amount of blood over the top, showing us the falling apart, just
the sticky sound.
Yes.
Peeling apart.
Guys they're gonna call the cops on us.
Oh God.
They're gonna be like, these sick they're praising the sound of guts hitting the floor. Yes, when it sounds like guts hitting the floor, that's a good thing. Yeah.
I'm gonna say this is our best review so far we've done. We need to have our drinks and vapes every show.
We need our spinach before the show. Anyways, what's next? We've got after the fight. So let's talk nut shots.
Oh, that was awesome. Great little bonding moment for the two of them, because I mean, you got to admit, Denji and Power are really annoying, and having them in his house
together
is exactly, and the way they feed off of each other and make things worse. It was great for him to have a good moment, because of course there's that, and then there's a lot of negative things that have been going on with him. So for him to just beat the shit out of someone, where it's just in a funny way, instead of it just being like, a serious fight where it's just like, no, we're just gonna kick some nuts.
I love this scene mostly because let me figure out how to phrase this as politically correct as I can. There's times where you want to take out your frustrations and your aggressions, and there's times where the way that you really, really want to do it is one, not healthy, two, probably not legal. But God, it would feel really good to do something to someone who is either directly responsible for, or even indirectly responsible for trauma and suffering. And you guys, I spent 17 years in the Army. You can connect a few dots to figure out, what type of traumas might have come. The question is what line do you draw? I never committed any war crimes. I never hurt anyone outside of defense and reasonable escalation of force. I have a clean conscience for the most part, a legally clear conscience for total, and a clear conscience as far as like I don't beat myself up for things that happened downrange. Everything was it's complicated, but there was no. What I'm trying to say is I'm not a war criminal. That's not what I'm trying to defend here. And they didn't commit any war crimes. They roughed up a guy. I never put hands to anyone that didn't deserve it, that I wasn't trying to restrain or anything like that. But I could have done something like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could have used this moment. My things were more verbal, more, roughing around when picking up, spinning around if necessary, get in the vehicle or move over there. It's the shit talking with your battle buddies about how the one guy that shit himself when you rolled up on him, and you're just laughing. Oh my God, it's so big bad terrorist shits himself at the first sight of a U.S. that type of things. And here they are having this conversation where Denji's like, when we turn you in, certain things are gonna go. And I don't like that. You're just gonna go to jail. That's not enough. And Aki, who's got his own kind of morals and ideas on all of this, sit down and they have a heart to heart. And really, it's just two soldiers in a way, soldiers in this battle against devils, picking what their pay grade can handle, and that's putting the boots to this guy's nuts medium style. Mm-hmm. And I love the touching moment between them. It feels like a big young brother moment in many ways. I mean, I know some of the stuff I'm saying might not be super relatable, but do I sound crazy?
No, you don't sound crazy. I just shook my head up and down because I was thinking you were going to ask a different question. Oh, yeah. No, you're not crazy.
What do you think about all of that, Brian, and
crazy.
That scene?
No, I agree exactly with what you just said. Because there was that moment where the way the conversation had, and especially with what Aki said, it felt like two soldiers, deciding to do this thing, but it completely made sense. Mm-hmm. What they were doing at the moment and why they were doing it.
Yeah. And in all seriousness, if they got written up, they'd probably be okay in the long run. They'll never make like senior ranks or anything like that. But
I don't think Denji gives a shit.
Damn it, Cat. What was that, Brian?
I don't think Denji cares about anything in that reign. Neither does Aki at this point.
No.
They both
he just wants to kill the gun devil.
Denji's just living his best life, and Aki,
like he said,
has a goal, and he knows his time is short, and he has no aspirations to live beyond accomplishing his goal.
Let's talk Makima and her debrief. This is basically my question to you, Ryan. After that debrief and the rest of the little epilogue, okay? But this debrief and the kind of the things that they set up, do you, and especially after the reaction you got here in this episode to everything you saw, do you want to read ahead in the manga, or are you gonna wait and watch the anime?
I think I'm gonna read the manga. I really do. Just because I love it so much, and I know I just think I am. I haven't ordered anything or looked up any sites to read it yet.
Do you think that this train scene would have hit as well in print as it did in animation? And are you willing to potentially see what the future devil considers the most horrific, painful death ever, which will freaking rule? Do you think that'll hit on page as well as it does in animation?
Don't know, because
that's my thing.
I don't know how far they're in.
Yeah,
I don't think there are that many volumes, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure.
So I don't think it's that far beyond what's already been. I could be completely wrong. I'll look into it, but I think it's a relatively, more recent series. So I'll do a little research on that before I make a decision. In the comment section, let me know what do you think? Is it worth it?
There were, I cannot remember which episode it was, but there were a few people that were recommending to not spoil with the reading the manga, but it's back episodes ago. It was one of the episodes only you and I were on, Brian, so you'd have to kind of poke around to find it. But there was a lot of people saying that this really, because of the cinematic feel, really plays up that. But mine is, I really got curious. I was like, you know what, I like what they're selling, and I want to see it in this format again. So I don't think I'm reading ahead. What about you, Chris? Oh,
no.
Go ahead, Brian.
Here's the thing: if we're not getting a season next year, I'm reading ahead.
Okay,
so I'll make that.
Mappa's got a pretty busy schedule, so we'll see.
I'm not
what
waiting
about you, Chris?
for 2020.
Oh, okay, you're not waiting for 2024.
No.
What about the debrief and everything and the stuff that she's talking about? Now they've got enough gun flesh to head towards the gun devil, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I was saying, that this did a good job of wrapping up certain storylines to a degree, but also setting up, like, we know the gun devil's sort of been the main sort of baddie, and so now it's like, all right, next season we're going for it. We now have what we need to seek out this thing and attack it head on, and so yeah.
Alrighty then. After that, I think we just head into the little slice of life moments and the heading towards the cigarette. And I love all the stuff that they do. It's fun, but it really is that moment out on the porch that is just done so well. And I almost wish, I'm glad we got the little moment with the dream about the door, because it helps add another layer. But when he has the cigarette and he's looking at it, and you get the reference there, right, Brian? That cigarette, the writing, the scene, like all of that.
Are you talking about the FLCO?
Yes.
100%.
That's what it is.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
So I loved that people in the comments on today's reaction pointing out, we spot on for that and Spider-Man. When he blows out the smoke and it's kind of just like a hazy smoke and black screen, I thought they were just going to end it on that, and I was going to be like, yes, absolutely, standing ovation moment, like brilliant. But they continued on. It was still a stand-up, great, brilliant moment. I love the sound design again, and going through that, the city sounds in silence. There were so many moments where it's just some atmospheric music, real simple stuff. Dude, this was great. What did you think of this?
Oh yeah, I said it earlier in the episode. This was one of those moments where I was just like, genius. Even down to Denji and Power being passed out in the living room. I mean, just every part of it was perfect. It's moments like this that I look for in all my entertainment. Just those, no dialogue, actions taking place, but they carry so much weight because of everything that had been built in the previous 11 episodes.
Yeah. After all of that fighting, it was nice to get quiet. So yeah, absolutely. The door thing makes me wonder, is it like memories that are locked behind that door? Denji's hearing from Pochita, whether or not he can go through the door, and Pochita's like, no, you cannot go through that door. It's interesting. Like I said, there's enough mystery here where I'm like, I want to wait and see it in this format because of how cinematic it is. So that being said, let's grade the season 1. Yes, let's go into the future and grade season 2. So season 1 grades, Brian.
A plus. I had a few A's in there throughout the season, but based from the first episode and the beginning and the end, and then all the greatness in the middle. For me, this is A plus material. This is top 10 animes of all time for me. As far as what I'm into, A plus.
Christy?
I agree. The season as a whole was incredible. It exceeded my expectations because I figured it was going to be really good, but this was so much better than what I thought it was going to be. So yeah, A plus.
I am with you guys on that. It far exceeded my expectations. I think this went well beyond the hype from season one. Brian, do you think this exceeded? Did this meet the hype? Just eke over the hype, or did this far exceed the hype in your opinion?
It's exceeded it. I mean, I think the idea was, and the way it was marketed was sort of another attack. The way Attack on Titan was sort of push, and it was very successful initially, and sold a lot of merch. And I was looking at this as the thing they were really pushing is, there's lots of gore, and it's Chainsaw Man that's quirky and weird, and yet I had no idea going into it the layers and the depth of sort of the character storylines, all the stuff with Aki. I had no idea that would be a part of the show. So the fact that we got all that, to me, exceeds what I thought it was initially going to be. I thought it was just going to be a gore fest, which I was fine with. Yeah, but I didn't realize it would actually have characters and story and emotion, and I would be contemplating and thinking about things after each episode and filling stuff. So yeah.
I asked the same question to our audience in a poll. 21% said it far exceeded the hype. 9% said it got just beyond the hype. 52% says it met the hype. 10% feel it fell short of the hype, and 9% what the is a Chainsaw Man. I think that I usually try to put in I don't care, show me results in a funny way if I can. So that's what that was. On a scale of A to F, how would you grade Chainsaw Man? You guys heard us grade episode 12. This is episode 12 from the audience. 42% A. Oh my God, so damn good. Nothing will be the same in life. What are we gonna do for Tuesdays, Brian? I mean, just obliterate our minds and try to get through it. B, that was pretty damn good with 47%. C, it was fine, serviceable even, 8%. D, I've had better was 3%, and F, hated it, has 1%.
No, deserve 2 snaps.
Deserve 2 snaps. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's everything to cover for season 1 and episode 12. Was there anything that we missed? I know we mentioned some of the references. Art and music. We have to talk. We've mentioned a little bit about art and music throughout our watching, but this is definitely something that we normally hit. I will say this, I've said it a few times. Overall, incredibly judicious use of CGI. I applaud that they did not, except for a few moments in fights, they did not go for the absolute ridiculous amounts of movement. No giant sweeping, way too spinny, way too focused, fast, movement shots. Hell, there was some times where they only used it to make the act of a vehicle moving more simplistic, more smooth, and easier to animate. There were some moments where it was obvious, and you were kind of like, it feels off, but it never took me out completely. It never made me go, oh my God, I can't believe I'm watching this. Everything that's done in traditional animation and the blending I felt was top notch. I know damn well everyone involved in the animation did not I know more than likely, I'll say allegedly, does not get the compensation they should for the quality of their work and the effort that goes into it. And I wish that is something that we can change in the industry, because God knows we shove our money at it as best we can. They should share it more with those making it. Music choices all season long. The OP grew on me. I didn't hate it at first. I just was kind of like, it's kind of different. Now I can hear it on my playlist. I think it's great. Almost every single one of the endings has been played at least once. A few of them added to my regular playlist. And then of course the soundtrack within the show, I think, uses just an excellent choice between the kind of rock driving beats for fights and those really echoey, like I said, kind of like ambience type music that they use for a lot of the slower moments. Christine, animation art?
It was good. I'm playing. Yeah, it was. I loved all of the little details that they had put in this show. It wasn't, too simple, and it wasn't like overly complicated. I felt like it was just right. Yeah. Brian.
Yeah, the animation was perfect. And you could tell the episodes, they that train sequence. I mean, there are certain. Go back and watch that. Everyone who's listening, go back and watch the detail and slow and watch the movements. I mean, there's so much detail in every frame of it. And as far as the music, perfect. And think about a show that goes the extra mile to animate, have different songs ending every single episode, and to animate it differently every single episode. I mean, it's definitely worth taking the time to actually watch the ending credits. There are certain shows that, you've seen it over and over, and so you get to the ending credits, you're like, yeah, whatever. This is one where it grabs your attention and basically demands, no, you need to watch the entirety of the ending credit sequence, because we're going to show you some cool artwork. We're going to play a song for you haven't heard before. It's worth your time. So the show went above and beyond as far as the musical choices.
Man, it's going to be it's a high ass bar.
Yeah.
It's a high ass bar. There's so many expectations going into this, and man, high expectations can really mess things up. Marvel, looking at you. How dare you set up amazing expectations for 10-11 years just to shit all over it the last 3. Marvel Multiverse Mayhem and the Daily Cup of Genre here on the Genreverse YouTube channel and podcast network are great places to hear us talk about that. Anything else? I don't think anything else. There's been a little bit of a longer episode because it's the finale. But guys, we will have Nier Automata reactions and reviews going up. The way I understand it, we should get Nier. I keep trying to combine Nier and Noir together in my brain. But we're going to get that apparently Saturday the 7th. And Christine and I's ecchi Inukai Sans Dog will be on Friday the 6th, if I'm tracking everything correctly. But we'll definitely let you guys know. I hope they're good. How are you feeling about Nier? Have you seen any of the promos?
I have. I have high hopes. I love the game, but it's a very complex game that requires multiple playthroughs and there's so much to it. I don't know how you do that in an anime, so we'll see.
Well, they've done a lot of stuff with Fate, so I don't know if this is going to get the Fate treatment, but Fate was apparently a game and
yes, it is
visual novel or something beforehand as well. So we'll see. I'm excited about the ecchi one and see what the audience's thirst for reactions to that type of content, because Christine and I, we're dirty filthy people, and we can watch some. We can definitely watch some ecchi shit for you guys if you're into that. Joke's on you, I'm into that shit. I love that meme. You ever seen that one?
I don't think I have.
Skeletor. Oh my
Hey,
god, it's
send that to
great.
me.
Anyway, I will. Anyways, guys, be sure to check out Brian's YouTube channel. That's what I'm throwing up there first. PulpMythos, guys. If you like some niche content, listen to Brian. He's going to tell you where to go, what to do.
Yes. PulpMythos on YouTube. Give me to 1,000 subs. Got a lot of new content coming up. Very excited about it. Check it out. Give me a sub. If you don't like it later, you can unsub. But hey,
There you go.
give me to 1,000.
Tell Brian to F off. Come on, yeah, guys, help Brian out. Go give PulpMythos a sub. There's a link in the description box for you guys. Here on the Genreverse Podcast Network, you know what you're getting. You're getting anime, you're getting Star Wars, you're getting Marvel, you're getting box office numbers on Mondays. Like, yeah, you've got a business nerd that actually went to business school because that seemed fun. And we get to break a lot of really fun things down in the entertainment business on Daily Cup of Genre, as well as bullshit about how awful the current ideas based on rumors are for the mutants in the MCU. If it's not a reaction video, it goes up audio wherever you get your podcast from. And of course, our parent website, lrmonline.com. Head there every day for entertainment news, needs, opinions. And if you've ever wanted to write for a website, go there right now. We got a piece up. You guys can find contact information and see about writing for us. So, anyone else got anything they want to put out? 3, 2, 1, bye.